Today we're going to do lesson plan 20, grade 2, term 2, and we're going to focus on directions. You can then scroll through the CAPS document, you can pause and you can have a look at this. Um, then at the resources, you're going to pause at the resources dictionary, you're going to prepare and plan your resources, and then you're going to read through the word of the day. I want you now to have a look at the daily routine, counting and mental maths. Daily routine, you're going to pause again and ask them these questions. Then what we're going to do, we're going to count. So we're going to make use of a number line. And then what we're going to do is we count forwards and backwards. And then what we're going to do, if we look at this last sentence, put the numbers in the correct order on the line as fast as you can. So very nice activity. We can also go outside. You draw a number line in tens from 0 to 150. You give each child a number and they need to place it then on the number line in the correct order. Please make sure they understand where the 0 starts. If you can't go outside, do something similar on a smaller scale where you can do that then on a piece of paper. Remember again is when we count, we still need to understand counting in context, and that we can't just only focus on the rhyme by say 10, 20, 30, 40, 40, 30, 20, 10. Yes, they still need to do that, but then we need to show them as well where it fits onto things like number lines, using concrete resources, and so on. I want you then to pause and do the counting activity. Okay, so the next activity with the mental mathematics, I say circle the number that is one less. But this is when you have our mental maths books. Um, then you can do this. And then there's a daily activity that you can do. But what I will recommend here is to do it orally so you can improve your child's listening skills. So, what you will say is you will say, listen carefully to this number, 5. Then I'm going to give you 3 numbers. Listen carefully, 3, 6, 4. Which number is 1 less than 5? Yes, 4. So now again, I'm going to do a second example. Listen carefully to the number, 12. Which number is 1 less than 12? 16, 11, or 10? I want you to pause and then do this activity with your child. So we're going to do the introduction of the lesson, again, very practical, where you're just simply going to ask these questions. If it's at home, you can change these to questions that will suit wherever you are. So the first one is you need to come to the front of the class. Then I want you to stand next to your desk. And then I want you to jump over in this case, rubbish bin or anything that you have. So I want you to pause and do these activities. Then if you can, is you do the movement and they need to explain to you what you did. Okay, welcome back. Now, the next concept, and what you can do is you can make these arrows, or you can make these arrows on the floor, or you can do it on a piece of paper. Um, this is a very, very important concept, especially for the 21st century skills, and especially for coding. This is where we start with the basic mathematics that we later on need into account when we do coding. Um, so we're going to ask the learners to stand next to their desks or on the carpet. You're going to draw on the board an arrow, and you're going to ask the learners to move in that direction. So if you draw an arrow to the right, you need to move into that direction. Always add a step to it as well. So I want you all to move one step to the right. I want you to move one step to the left. I want you to move to be next to my desk. Remember again, is you might need to do this individually at home. It's easier. Don't let the whole class move to your desk. It's going to create chaos. Um, I move to the front of my desk. Then I want them to move to the front, and I move to the back of my desk. You could contact me at info@sateacher.co.za to give you more activities that links to coding. There's also very excellent programs where you do practical activities and you don't have to have computer equipment. So let's then go to the different levels. So the different levels, the concrete, what we're going to use, the concrete level is where we use our bodies. So I want you to pause here. So we're going to play the game Simon Says. Um, and then what I did is I gave you a few tips here. So Simon says, move one step to the left. Simon says, move steps to the right. Remember when we say move 3 steps to the left and Simon didn't say it, they should not move. So this is also helping with listening skills. Okay, so the next activity, it also links more to the concrete body part. But what we can do is when we go to the coding level, we can do this on a grid. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside and we're going to get a starting point. So on the worksheet, you can see here already what we did. And then what you're going to do is you're going to follow these instructions or you make up your own instructions. This is also very important for directions. What you can also do is when you go outside is to draw some grids um, on the floor um, to make it easier, but also to link it to coding, uh, to map work, to other maths concepts they're going to do at a later stage. Please keep it very practical and do it in a fun way. You can even ask your child to come up with some rules. So I want you to pause and then do these activities. You will see then the problem solving links to what we already done, very practical activities. Then we're going to go to the worksheet, and what you're going to do is you're going to complete these. Then we already touched on the problem solving. We come to the consolidation. If you got all yeses, we carry on to the next lesson. If you got no's, you need to revise, revisit certain questions or activities, or you need to contact us at SA Teacher.